Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The husband of a Bradford woman who was allegedly murdered in Pakistan has told this programme he wants justice to be done after police sources say her former husband apparently confessed to killing her. 28-year-old Saima Shahid was a beautician from Bradford and died last month on a visit to relatives in northern Punjab. Chowdhury Shakil was arrested at the weekend and is now reported to have admitted strangling her with her own headscarf. Our Home Affairs correspondent Darshna Soni reports.
A 28-year-old beautician who apparently dared to go against her family's wishes by divorcing the man they chose for her and instead marrying a Shia Muslim, Saeed Mukhtar Kazam, who spoke to Channel 4 News today from Pakistan.
She was amazing. She had a very amazing smile. We didn't have a relationship like a husband and wife. We were more of friends, a lot more than friends. She would look into my eyes and she would know what I'm thinking.
The couple married in secret in Bradford, and a number of people who know the family have claimed they disapproved. They moved to Dubai, but Samia always hoped for a reconciliation with her family. West Yorkshire Police received complaints from her that during visits home she was harassed.
One of the biggest fears was her life. I knew her life wasn't safe because previously, even when she was going to England and during the phone calls and everything, nothing seemed right. And I feared, the greatest fear of mine was that they're going to kill her.
In July, Mr. Kazam's fears appear to have been realised. Samia went to Pakistan to visit family after being told a relative was extremely sick. She was found dead in mysterious circumstances. Mr. Kazam has claimed she was the victim of a so-called honour killing.
What the postmortem said, it was strangulation and suffocation. So now we know it was a murder. Now it's up to the police to find out how it was done.
Samia's Facebook post before her death also apparently hinted at her fears. Mr. Kazam immediately flew to Pakistan, where he disputed her family's claims that his wife died of natural causes. Samia's first husband and father were then arrested. And now police sources have confirmed to this programme that her first husband has confessed to the murder, saying he strangled her with a scarf. But verbal confessions in Pakistan are known to be sometimes obtained under duress and can't be used against a defendant in court.
What I want to see now, I want the justice to be served. I can't bring Samia back, but I can give the world a message that what has been done, it's not right, it's wrong. The world has to know that taking a human life is not a joke. Everybody has their own will. Everybody is free, not a slave anymore. We don't live in 16th century or 14th century anymore.
Samia's family.
Well, joining us now from Leeds is Naz Shah, the Labour MP for Bradford West, who personally raised Ms Shahid's case with the authorities in Pakistan. This was a British woman. Have the British authorities and British police done enough?
Hi, good evening. Yes, in terms of West Yorkshire Police, from a jurisdiction point of view, this murder happened on Pakistani soil. But I'm really pleased in terms of how the Home Office, the Foreign Office have responded, and West Yorkshire Police have been ahead of the game in a lot of and very proactive in keeping engaged with this. So we have had meetings and we have had discussions, joint discussions, and we're very much keeping everybody in the loop on these investigations as things unfold over in Pakistan.
There are a lot of question marks over Pakistani police investigations and indeed alleged confessions. Is there any chance of British detectives being involved in the investigation?
I would encourage British police and the Pakistani police to be very closely liaised with each other because there was encouragement for Samia to go to Pakistan, and whether that happened on British soil or whether those conversations started on British soil is important for us to ascertain. In terms of the Pakistani investigation, prior to this case, I had my confidence has increased tenfold in the Pakistani authorities in terms of how they've dealt with this case, because the Interior Minister, the Minister of Punjab, they have been personally intervened after I wrote to the Prime Minister. They've assigned a senior investigation team to it. And the pace of this investigation is absolutely unprecedented of the amount of work that's gone in and how quickly these arrests have been made.
Now, Ms. Shahid's family have always denied any involvement in her death. How much confidence do you have then in this process?
Well, if it was to go on previous understandings of how Pakistani police have operated, then I would say very little. However, I must take into account how this, the conversations that I've had with the leading investigation officer, the conversations I've had with the Pakistani and the British High Commission, both in the UK and in Pakistan, and to actually get, get to the investigation, how we've had arrests made, we've had bail cancelled. I don't know the outcome of these investigations, but what I do know is so far I am pleased with how the investigation is coming, how it's unfolding and how things are happening. And we have more court appearances this Wednesday, so we must wait and see what happens. Let's be clear, we do not have any charges brought at this time, and we do not have any, the confession, as you say. It's only important, the cookie will crumble when we have a confession before a judge and in court and indictments take place. So that's when so we're not out of the woods as yet in terms of trying to obtain justice for Samia.
This is not the first British woman affected by this kind of killing and this kind of case. How many British Asian women do you think are at risk from this kind of murder, which is called controversially honour killing?
OK, so for my personal measuring yardstick is one killing of one woman is one too many. So we can't be blind to any of this, and we must, we can't also, in respect of so-called, I think these are killings of shame. This is about murder. This is a woman who was murdered in cold blood. There's no honour in that killing. There is pure shame in the killing, and I think it's about men defining and the whole attitude of men towards women and the whole wider agenda of violence against women. But there is different drivers in different communities, which is pertinent to some Asian communities of where, they have this idea of shame and honour that drives those. And I think it'd be a missed opportunity if we don't use what we've got here and the information that we've got to highlight these issues, talk about them nationally, internationally, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. Yes, Samia isn't the first. I'd like to think she will be the last. I'm not sure I have that confidence that she will be, but I would like to think that this, that her death won't go in vain, and we will be raising awareness around these issues and helping young people to safeguard and put measures into place where they're not at risk like Samia was.
Naz Shah, thank you very much.
I've been getting away with it all my